At one point, you were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage. I believe I was definitely less than 3 months. It was the first trimester. Yeah.
Oh, then you said, you said it one word. I did a lot of homework on you this lady. You said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Looks like Jay-Z is caught up in some drama again, especially with Carmen Bryan's old interview making waves.
And once I realized what Jay was doing, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna allow him to belittle Nas anymore.
In that interview, she spilled the tea about getting pregnant by Jay-Z and how her life went downhill afterward.
I was in sessions pregnant, falling asleep on the couch.
So, what exactly did she say? And what did Jay-Z have to do with her? Let's find out. If you don't know the name Carmen Bryan, don't worry, she's not a household name. But back in the day, she was at the center of one of the biggest rap beefs ever. Flashback to 2001. Jay-Z dropped The Takeover as part of his Blueprint album. The track was a straight-up diss that threw his beef with Nas into the spotlight.
Takeover, the break's over. God MC, me, Jehovah.
While he didn't name drop, Jay-Z's lyrics hinted at hooking up with someone super close to Nas. That someone? Carmen Bryan. Fast forward to now. Carmen's an author, and she recently sat down with DJ Vlad to talk about her past. She dished on her relationship with Nas and the decision to cheat on him with none other than Jay-Z. Remember the track Is That Your Chick? Yeah, that was the spark that lit up one of the biggest rap battles ever. Carmen didn't hold back either. She spilled all the details about her time with Hov, breaking it all down.
I had a relationship with Jay-Z, but the thing about Jay-Z and I, we were friends before anything. That was my best friend before we became intimate.
Carmen later revealed that her time with Jay-Z led to her getting pregnant.
At one point, you were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage.
According to Carmen, her affair with Jay-Z was the spark that ignited the entire rivalry between him and Nas. In fact, Jay-Z's track Takeover seemed to drop hints about his fling with Carmen, fueling the feud even more.
Jay-Z is a very subliminal type, you know what I mean? He throws little, and once I realized what Jay was doing, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna allow him to belittle Nas.
After Jay-Z dropped Takeover, Nas fired back with Ether, a diss track that many saw as his response to the feud. At the time, Carmen believed Nas wanted her around during the beef to show he still had her support, even though they weren't romantically involved anymore. In an interview with Vlad TV, Carmen shared a vivid memory of being in the kitchen with Nas and the Bravehearts when Funkmaster Flex first played Ether. She also opened up about some drama that put her reputation on the line, spilling even more details about that chaotic time.
No, I didn't hear it before it dropped. I heard it on the radio.
Carmen explained, I feel like he needed me there during this beef. It was like, well, I still got the girl and she's with me. I'm about to drop this song and shut everything down. That was the plan, and it worked. At the time, the feud between Jay-Z and Nas mirrored Tupac Shakur's infamous claim about being with Faith Evans, the estranged wife of Biggie Smalls. Carmen suggested that Ether was a raw showcase of Nas's personality, often misunderstood due to his calm demeanor. While Nas didn't directly address Carmen in his response, he accused Jay-Z of a relationship with Foxy Brown, a former collaborator of Nas in The Firm. Jay-Z then clapped back with Super Ugly, dropping some not-so-subtle lines. Me and the boy AI got more in common than just ballin' and rhymin'. Get it? More in Carmen. I came in your Bentley backseat, skeeted in your Jeep, left condoms on your baby seat. Fast forward to 2017, Carmen responded to the diss, calling it an emotional overreaction. She pointed out inconsistencies, like her daughter Destiny being too old to still be in a car seat. Jay-Z's never even been in any of our vehicles. That was him just grasping at straws, trying to make a quick comeback, she said. She added that even Jay seemed to regret it, recalling how he sounded on Hot 97 the next day, disheveled and emotional, as if he didn't know where he was going with the story. His mother even called and made him apologize. Super Ugly wasn't well thought out, Carmen reflected. I know for a fact he regretted it because a mutual friend told me he admitted it was just an emotional reaction to an A-whooping. Carmen Bryan, who got pregnant during a 9-year affair with Jay-Z, shared new social media posts about the rapper on Thursday. Earlier, she claimed that early in her relationship with Jay-Z, she woke up with him allegedly kissing her on the lips after falling asleep on the sofa. The details about Jay-Z in her book come after Carmen launched an attack against the rapper in the wake of allegation that he a 13-year-old girl, a claim he denies. The musician who got pregnant with Jay-Z's child during a 9-year affair has detailed their relationship in her autobiography, It's No Secret. From Nas to Jay-Z, from seduction to Scandal A hip-hop, Helen of Troy tells all. And after making the claims, she broke her silence, sharing a cryptic quote posted to her story that read, "Be kind to past versions of yourself that didn't know then the things you know now." She also shared a snippet from a news article about Ramir Satterthwaite, who claims he is the illegitimate son of Jay-Z, and over the top posted an emoji of Michael Jackson eating popcorn. In her autobiography, Carmen describes Jay-Z as very warm and extremely humble after first meeting in 1995, while she was in a relationship with fellow rapper Nas.
So Nas came through with Akinelli and the rest of them, and we were introduced by Paulie, and that's how we met, and it was just like on from there.
She detailed their long-running affair, explaining that they met through mutual friends and immediately felt like they would be long-term friends. Sharing an insight into one of their first meetings, she said, "This Sean character appeared to be wise beyond his years. Sean was very warm and extremely humble, with a wonderful sense of humor. Over dinner, I decided he and I would be good friends for a very long time. We went back to Eric's house talking and laughing. I was in no condition to drive home, so I decided to spend the night at Eric's. Sean and I sat on the couch and pretended to watch television. Before long, I drifted off to sleep. I woke up with Sean kissing me. His lips were so soft and luscious, and I began to melt into him." Carmen went on to explain how his hands apparently began to roam, but claimed he wasn't ready for anything further and put an end to his alleged attempts. The mother of one who shares her daughter Destiny with ex-Nas explained in the memoir that she didn't have S with Jay-Z for around another year. Detailing another meeting a year later, Carmen said Jay-Z said, "Come on, Carm, it's been like a year. When are we going to do the freshie?" Explaining that he meant S, Jay-Z apparently said, "Okay, when are we going to do it? Is that better?" To which she told him, "When I'm ready." Later in the book, Carmen described the first time they had intercourse, revealing that she had to make sure his intentions were right before committing. She said, "We started kissing and it was rather intense. Somehow we ended up in his bedroom. He started to undress me and this time I didn't resist. My clothes were off in a flash and so were his. When he leaned in, I suggested immediately that he get a condom. 'Don't move and I mean it,' he said as he dashed into the walk-in closet. It had been a long wait. The time before didn't count. When he returned, that's when the lovemaking began." The resurfaced quotes from her book came after Carmen shared a post which was seemingly aimed at Jay-Z after he was hit by a R lawsuit. She shared a pointed post writing, "These days people don't defend what is right, they defend who they like, and that's why we call you groupie." Carmen also made a jibe at the rapper by highlighting how he referred to himself as AR-ist in Kanye West's track Monster. She posted lyrics from the song, highlighting the lines, "Block, I the avenues, IR and pillage your village, women and children." Jay-Z has been hit with a civil lawsuit that claims he SA a 13-year-old girl on September 7th, 2000 after the MTV Video Music Awards with Sean Diddy Combs, but denies the allegation and insists he is the victim of a blackmail attempt.
The bombshell accusation against Jay-Z, a woman claiming the hip-hop mogul joined Sean Diddy Combs in her when she was just 13 years old.
Their affair continued even while Carmen was engaged to Nas, the father of her daughter Destiny, who was born in 1994. But she finally ended things after being left disgusted by Jay-Z rapping about having S with her in his song Super Ugly. Jay-Z released the track in 2004 and rapped about how he'd had S with Carmen in a Jeep and left behind used condoms in her daughter's baby seat. "Wrong move! That was the moment I lost all respect for SC," she wrote, referring to the rapper by the initials of his real name, Sean Carter. Carmen previously confessed about the affair to Nas after the release of Memphis Bleak and Jay-Z's track, Is That Your Chick?, a highly S song about stealing another man's partner. She revealed after the release of the song, Nas phoned her to ask if it was about her after years of choosing not to believe rumors between the pair. In her memoir, It's No Secret, Carmen recalled the difficult conversation with Nas. She wrote, "Nas, it's true. The rumors are true. I have been seeing Jay-Z. During the 3 a.m. phone call, Carmen explained she and Jay-Z had been having an affair for 5 years after they met as friends and began an intimate relationship a year later. In an interview with Vlad TV in 2017, Carmen also admitted she fell pregnant with his baby, which she later miscarried. "I believe I was 3 months. It was the first trimester. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, oh, we are going to have this baby." She also confessed she only told Jay-Z about the pregnancy after the miscarriage had happened. Discussing Jay-Z's song Takeover, which was released in 2001 and was about Carmen, she explained, "I had already split up from Nas. I had shipped all my things to LA. I moved, I packed Destiny, and I up. We were already out. Nas and I weren't together. We were not in a relationship. Yet things weren't completely over," as she added. "We were still going back and forth and seeing each other. The relationship wasn't null and void." Jay-Z is the first celebrity to be named alongside Diddy in one of the myriad lawsuits filed against Combs. Both rappers have denied all allegations. The victim claims the R took place at the VMA's after party in September 2000, while an unidentified female celebrity watched. The anonymous victim was previously referred to Jay-Z as Celebrity A in the bombshell filing, with the female star accused of watching anonymously as Celebrity B.
Not include the mystery female.
Correct.
Who, I mean, people are still asking, who is she and why aren't you putting her name in there if you put in the other name?
Jay-Z issued a blistering response to the lawsuit via dailymail.com, accusing the victim of attempting to blackmail him. The rapper claimed he feared that his 3 children with Beyonce would have to endure harassment in the wake of the allegations. Jay-Z said he is especially worried about Blue Ivy, 12, and afraid she will face questions from her friends about the lawsuit. The couple also share twins, Rumi and Sir, 7. "My only heartbreak is for my family," Jay-Z told Daily Mail. "My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people." Jay-Z said he mourned yet another loss of innocence and declared that his children should not have to endure the graphic accusations at their young age. "It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit," he said. Beyonce and Jay-Z have been an R&B power couple for more than 20 years. They got married in April 2008, and by April 2014. You see, this isn't the first time Jay-Z's name has been caught up in drama like this. There have been long-standing rumors about him being intimate with several artists under his wing. One person who has actually spoken out about her experience with Jay is none other than Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown, actual name Inga Marchant, has confessed that her ticket to rap stardom came at a cost, and it all happened while she was young. There are rumors that she claims Jay-Z, then 27, took her V-card when she was just 15 years old, and that Hova, who as the story goes, has a horse-like you-know-what, funded her shopping trips and pampering at hair and nail salons while she was still in high school, all to get into bed with her.
In the beginning, we'd jump in the van, we'd go to Maryland, we'd go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
There are additional claims circulating suggesting that Jay-Z may have a preference for relationships with transgender individuals. According to these assertions, Foxy Brown mentioned that she became aware of this after an individual from that community began contacting and harassing her following her alleged involvement with Jay-Z, a situation that was further complicated by an alleged health concern.
I think about what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think about what I'm gonna do.
Allegedly, a series of astonishing revelations has emerged from Foxy Brown, suggesting that Jay-Z's personal life is far from conventional. According to these claims, a particular session involving Jay-Z and Foxy Brown was purportedly recorded on video, and it was anything but private. The sensational twist in this story comes with the alleged presence of another high-profile figure, Jamie Foxx, known for his role as Wanda on the iconic sketch comedy show In Living Color.
This was allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
Foxy Brown's narrative takes a darker turn when she purportedly discloses that Jay-Z compelled her to sign multiple non-disclosure agreements or gag orders linked to an intimate encounter involving all 3 of them, herself, Jamie Foxx, and Jay-Z. It suggested that this encounter was, in fact, a threesome.
But if you go be mad at R. Kelly, you got to be mad at Jay-Z. Foxy Brown said Jay-Z was putting that harsh on her when she was 15, 16. She said to man.
The plot thickens as the alleged videotape of this rendezvous mysteriously vanishes from her home shortly after the incident. Foxy Brown strongly believes that Jay-Z may have played a role in the disappearance of this tape, casting doubt on his involvement in the alleged theft. Was I shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby? Yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, Foxy said on Rap Fix. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing, 15, 14, and after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character. However, the story goes even further. Beyond these astounding claims, there are suggestions that Foxy Brown hinted at another intriguing facet of Jay-Z's life. She allegedly implied a deeper connection between Jay-Z and NBA player Larry Johnson, implying that their relationship might have been more than just casual friendship. The fact that Jay-Z once shared an apartment with Johnson, who had prior ties to Rocawear, lends some credibility to her insinuations. She said, "The atrociousness of this story sickened me to my stomach. Any and everyone involved will be contacted by my attorney. In all my years in the music industry, these are the most disgusting and disrespectful allegations I've ever experienced. This fictitious story, with no audio, visual, or written interview, clearly, in her supposed candid recollection of her experiences with Jay-Z, Foxy Brown appeared to hold nothing back, particularly when it came to expressing her feelings about Beyoncé. Her sentiments towards the global superstar were far from complimentary. Foxy Brown left no room for ambiguity in her candid remarks about Beyoncé. She allegedly claimed that Beyoncé had also contracted an infection from Jay-Z, which, if true, would be deeply distressing. These allegations paint a picture of Foxy Brown as a victim on multiple fronts. She reportedly suffered not only from an infection, but also from a traumatic experience in her childhood. The mention of R. Kelly, who faced accusations of Child M in connection with Jay-Z, underscores the gravity of the situation. If these allegations hold any truth, it appears that Jay-Z may have allegedly started grooming Foxy at an early age, adding a distressing layer to this complex narrative. As with any such claims, it's crucial to approach them with skepticism and await any verified evidence or statements from involved parties. You see, the connection between Jay-Z and Foxy Brown commenced with Foxy's involvement in LL Cool J's I Shot Ya remix when she was just around 14 or 15 years old. As Brown ventured further into the music world, she found herself collaborating with numerous prominent artists, but none were as noteworthy as her recurring collaborator and co-writer Jay-Z. Their debut major duet, Ain't No N, was a track featured on the soundtrack for the film The Nutty Professor, released in 1996, although it had been recorded back in 1994. This track began with Jay-Z's self-assured lyrics, which opened with a provocative nod to Foxy Brown. Fox Brown, yeah, Jay-Z, what? I keep it fresher than the next bee. No need for you to ever sweat the next bee. With speed, I make the best bee see the exit indeed. He continued, you gotta know you're thoroughly respected by me. You get the keys to the Lexus with no driver. You got your own 96 something to ride. And keep your tied up in Versace, that's why. The chorus of the song unfolded into a mesmerizing duet between Foxy Brown and Jay-Z, igniting more curiosity about their relationship. Ain't no end like the one I got. No one can F you better. Sleeps around, but he gives me a lot. Keeps you in diamonds and leathers. Friends'll tell me I should leave you alone. Tell the freaks to find a man of their own, man of their own, man of their own. The issue of Foxy Brown's age during the release of the song in 1996 remains contentious. Yet official records indicate that all pre-mix recordings, including vocals, had been completed by 1994 when Brown was approximately 14 or 15 years old. Her debut album, Il Na Na, was unleashed when she was just 17, and it featured no less than 5 co-writing credits with Jay-Z. One track on the album, Il Na Na, bore a significant imprint of Jay-Z's influence, hinting at something deeper in their relationship. Things were getting a bit spicy, you might say.
Screaming my name on record straight ballad. Maybe I'll answer back when you reach 100,000.
It's important to note that Method Man did not contribute to the lyrical content of these songs, yet it was clear that Jay-Z and his associates had a substantial hand in shaping the overtly S nature of this album. The lyrics and content of another track, I'll Be, featuring Jay-Z, were equally explicit, indicating a release date around 1997 with a reissue, while the vocals had been recorded between 1994 and 1996.
How we do? Yeah. Nana.
That said, the most intriguing aspect of their connection was the persistent rumor that Jay-Z and Foxy shared a concealed relationship during the 1990s. Although neither of them publicly addressed these allegations at the time, the undeniable truth is that Foxy and Jay shared an exceptionally close bond, both inside and outside the recording studio. While Foxy Brown was undoubtedly a remarkable performer who left audiences yearning for more, it is Jay-Z's repeated inclusion of her in his tours that raised eyebrows. And Fox also said once, "In all my years in the music industry, these are the most disgusting and disrespectful allegations I've ever experienced." This fictitious story, with no audio, visual, or written interview, clearly was concocted with malicious intent. Many people were left wondering if their connection was merely a friendship, or if there was more to it than met the eye. Why did they maintain silence on the subject? Well, one fact that must be considered is Foxy Brown's age when she initially crossed paths with Jay-Z. It is alleged that she was just 15 years old when they first encountered each other, whereas Jay-Z was 27 at that time. She said, "Beyoncé, his wife, has always been gracious and sweet to me. I will not let any undercover hater create discord and disrespect my name and reputation. This disrespect will not be tolerated." Their onstage chemistry was hard to ignore, and Jay-Z often invited Foxy to perform with him during his tours. All of this transpired while Foxy was still a teenager. The situation began to draw comparisons to the Aaliyah and R. Kelly scandal of that era, where people couldn't help but feel that they were remarkably close. Always seen together, mingling in the same circles, partying together, it made folks speculate whether there was more to their relationship than they were letting on. In the 1990s, people began to draw parallels between Foxy Brown and Jay-Z and Lil' Kim and Biggie, noting the undeniable chemistry they shared. In the case of Lil' Kim and Biggie, the connection went beyond friendship into a romantic one. It was natural for people to wonder if Jay-Z and Foxy shared a similar bond. But now it seems like it's going to be an end for Jay-Z as new victims are coming up to talk against him. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.